Hi, this is a video about real numbers and division. I just want to remind you how we used to do division in our lower classes. Suppose we are having dividend A, B is our divisor, and after dividing we are getting any quotient and then the remainder. Fine. And the remainder of any division can be equal to 0 or it cannot be equal to 0. Fine, this is a simple method, but here this was the division that we had been doing, and there is a sophisticated form of division that I will explain over here, and this is called as Euclid's division method. In this method we will consider any two positive integers. For example, let us consider A and B, and corresponding to any two positive integers there will exist integers q and r satisfying A is equal to bq plus r in such a way. So this value, any number which is a dividend, it can be written in such way: A is equal to bq plus r. For example, we have A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 3. 3 is a 9. 10 minus 9, 1. Remainder is equal to 1. So can I write 10 in such a way: B into Q, 3 into 3, 3 into 3 plus remainder is equal to 1. So yes, this theorem is applicable to all these numbers. Fine. And we will use this division method in order to find highest common factor of any two integers. What is highest common factor? I will take example in order to explain about it. Let us consider example of two numbers. We have 455 and 42. So by following this theorem, I want to find highest common factor of these two numbers. As the name is representing highest common factor, there will be some common factors in between two numbers, then the factor which is highest and common to all both the numbers. Fine. And the first step is, first of all, the larger number out of these two numbers is 445. So 455 can be written as 42 multiplied by 10, 420, and 420 subtracted from 445, the remainder will be 35. Fine. So again we will proceed this with further step by taking b and r. This is our b, this is our r. Fine. We will follow the same procedure. Now in the second step, consider out of b and r, 42, b is larger, so we will consider 42 in this side, and 35 multiplied by 1 plus 7. Okay. So again remainder is not equal to 0, then again we will follow the same step, and now we will consider these two. So 35 is equal to 7 multiplied by 5, 7 5 is 35, and remainder is 0. So the last step in which the remainder is equal to 0, the divisor at that point will be the highest common factor of those two numbers. So in this case 7 is the highest common factor of 455 and 42, right? And after this, A is equal to bq plus r. Fine. So if r is equal to 0, fill r is equal to 0 over here, then we will have A is equal to BQ. So in that case B will be our highest common factor, right? Then if R is not equal to 0, in that case our highest common factor will be what? We will follow the above steps. We will use this Euclid division theorem. We will follow the above steps, and the last step in which the remainder will be equal to 0, the divisor in that step will be the highest common factor of those two numbers. Fine. Example of let us take any two numbers, 4052 and 12576. These are two numbers, and again we'll follow the Euclid's division method. And here our first step was we chose the bigger number, larger number. Out of these, the larger number is 12576. This can be written as 4052. This should be, I have done this calculation actually, and this will be multiplied with 3, and the remainder will be equal to 420. Fine. So again here remainder is not equal to 0. Again we'll follow the next step after taking these two numbers. Fine. So in this step, 4052 on this side and 420, this will be multiplied with 9, with remainder 272. Fine. Again the remainder 8 multiplied by 1, remainder will be equal to 124. Again remainder is not equal to 0. Take these two numbers, 148 is equal to 124 multiplied by 1 with remainder 24. Again remainder is not equal to 0. Sixth step, 124 is equal to 24 multiplied by 5 with remainder 4. Have you seen that the remainder has been decreasing? So we will reach to a place where remainder is equal to 0, right? So again the remainder is not equal to 0. Seventh step, we will consider 24 and 4. 24 on this side, 24 is equal to 4 multiplied by 6, and here in this case remainder is equal to 0. And the step in which the remainder is equal to 0, the divisor in that step, which is here 4, and that divisor is our answer. That divisor is the highest common factor of these two numbers. Fine. So this is all about this. So we have a problem related to real numbers in which it is asked that show that any positive odd integer is in the form of 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 4. As we already know, as per the Euclid's division theorem, a number can be written as a is equal to bq plus r, where r is always greater than equal to 0 and less than b, right? Now as we will fill b is equal to 6, right? So we'll have number, when b is equal to 6, then what will be the value of r? R will be whether equal to 0 or greater than 0 and less than b. So it will be equal to greater than 0, equal to 0 and less than b. 1 2 3 4 5. So b is equal to 6, r will go up to 5. So this number can be written in this way. Put the values of b and r over here. So number can be written as b is equal to 6q plus 0, 6q plus 1, 6q plus 2, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 4, 6q plus 5. Fine. But here we will cross 6 to we will cross 6q plus 2, we will cross 6q plus 4. Why we will cross this? Because we need odd positive integers. Fine, but these are not odd, as this is divisible by 2, this is divisible by 2, this is also divisible by 2 when we will take out common 2 from here. Fine, so these will not be the numbers, so we are left with 6q plus 1 comma 6q plus 3 and 6q plus 5. So yes, we have proved that any positive odd integer will always be in this form. I think there should be the number 5 in the question. I have written this wrong, so this is our answer, right? We have the next theorem is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. In this theorem, any composite number can be written as product of its prime numbers or a product of powers of its prime numbers. Fine, so this can be written as product of prime numbers or powers of prime numbers. For example, I would like to take example of a number. Let us take a number 32760. This number can be written as 8 into 9 into 35 into 13. In order to find these factors for any number, it would be better to make this column, write 32760. now it will be divided with 2, as 0 is divisible. 2 into 2 into 2, for that I wrote 8. Now 5 into 7, 5 7s are 35. Then 3 into 3, 9. Then lastly 13. Fine, so these are prime numbers, all these are prime numbers. Fine, so any composite number can be written as product of prime numbers, or we can say that product of powers of a prime number. So power of 2 is 3 here, power of 3 is 2 here, power of 5 is 1, power of 7 is 1, power of 13 is 1. So this is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, right? And now we will take a problem. Let us check the power of 4 is to power 1 ends with digit 0. They are saying that just check it, like 4 is to power n ends with digit 0 for n is equal to natural number. If n is a natural number, so is this possible? In order to solve this question, we have to see that how we can write any number. As we have done fundamental theorem of arithmetic, so we can write any number as product of prime number. So how we can write this? 2 cross 2 raised to power 4. So this is the elaboration of this number. Fine, we cannot elaborate more. So in order to get a digit 0 in the end, in the product, suppose we have any number and we want to have we have product of two numbers, let us say a and b, and in its product we want to have 0 in the end. So in such case, whether we are considering this or this, we need 2 is multiplied with 5, we get 0 in the end. 4 is multiplied with 5, we get 0 in the end. So for any value of n, if this term 4 is to power n contains 5 in its value, then there is a possibility that 5 will be multiplied with 2 or 4, then we will get digit 0. But the elaboration, when we break this number, then the product when we break this number, then the This can be written as product of its prime numbers, and the prime number is 2 only. 5 is also a prime number, but 5 cannot be written over here. So as they are saying that just check the possibility of a digit 0 in the end, so we will say that no, it is not possible to get 0 over here. Fine. How to find LCM and HCF of two numbers. Suppose we have number 510 and 92. How to find LCM and HCF of these numbers? Fine. First of all, we will consider 510. So again, in this way we will make a table 510 factors of 510, 2 into 3 into 5 into 17. Fine. Again, for 92 we will consider then this 23 1. So 92 can be written as 2 raised to power 2, because it 2 is 2 times 2 raised to power 2 multiplied by 23. Okay, we were doing least common multiple and highest common factor. So these were the factors of 510 and 92. Highest common factor. What is highest common factor? This is actually a very important formula. We will write common factors with least power. Out of these two numbers, we will find out what are the common factors, then the least power of those common factors. For example, the common factor in between 510 and 92 was 2. Fine. 2 is the common factor. Least power 1 here, the power is 1 here and 2 is here, but we will in order to find highest common factor, we need least power of that common factor. So the least power is 1 here, so 2 raised to power 1 is the answer. We have not written 2 raised to power 2. Fine. We have written 2 raised to power 1 because we are considering least power in order to find highest common factor. Again, least common multiple. What is the least common multiple? This is again a very important formula. We will consider all the factors. Fine. Multiple hai ye, not factor. This is a multiple, so we will consider all the factors. Here we are considering factor, that means we are considering only common things, again with least power. This is a multiple, so we are multiple means multiplying with all, so we will consider all the factors with the maximum power. Fine. So first factor is 2. Maximum power of 2 is 2. Then 3. Maximum power is 3. 5. Maximum power is 1. Sorry, 3 maximum power is 1. 5 maximum power is 1. 17 maximum power is 1. And here 23 maximum power is 1. So this is all about least common multiple. You can simply multiples, and for any two numbers, the LCM of these two numbers when it is multiplied with HCF of these two numbers will give us the product of those two numbers. Fine. So this is a very important formula. Product of LCM and HCF of two numbers is equal to the product of the numbers itself. So in the previous question we found HCF and LCM, then we will prove that the LCM and HCF is equal to product of those numbers. Just write down HCF and LCM. 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 2, I would like to write it 4, then 3, 5, 17, 23, HCF is equal to 2. Fine. Again 510 multiply by 23 into 4. So yes, what is proved? Fine. So the product of what we have done over there is we wrote product of LCM and HCF of these two numbers, then we solve it, and then this product is equal to the product of numbers itself. Fine. So this is actually a very important formula. Again, problem HCF of 306,657 has been given equal to 9, and the question is just to find out LCM. So as per this question, I will let LCM is equal to X. So HCF is equal to 9. I'm going to fill directly in this equation. LCM is equal to X, HCF is 9, and the product of the numbers, which is equal to 306, 657. Fine. And I'm going to cancel it out. 9 3 and then 4. Okay, fine. So we are left with 34 into 657. After solving this, we are left with 22338. So this is the answer of this question. So the LCM of these two numbers is equal to this. Fine. And again, this is a composite number. What is a composite number? Any number which can be written as product of prime numbers. We have done this in after multiplying this, we will get 1001 and addition of 13. When we add this 13, we'll get 1014. So in the same way, we will make column like this: 1 into 3 into 13 into 13. So yes, this number in fact is a composite number. Why? Because we can write this in the product of composite numbers. So as per the fundamental theorem of arithmetic that I have explained you earlier also, so whenever a number can be written as a product of its prime factors, then that is a composite number. So this is true according to fundamental theorem of question. And in this question, it is said that there is a circular path around a sports field, and Sonia takes 18 minutes. Let time of Sonia is equal to I'm going to write as here, time of Sonia is equal to 18 minutes, and Ravi takes 12 minutes for covering the same path, and the time for Ravi is equal to 12 minutes for covering the same path. And if they start at the same time, then after how many minutes they will meet again? If they start from the same point at the same time, fine. So after, because speed will not be equal, and moreover both are taking different times, fine. So after how many minutes they will again meet? Suppose one is moving faster and second is moving slower, then again after how many minutes they will meet again? So in these type of questions, we simply find LCM of two numbers. So LCM of 18 and 12 we will find out, and that will be our answer. 18 can be written as 362 into 2. 12 is equal to 3 into 2 into 2. 3 into 2 raised to power 2. I have already mentioned that what is the meaning of LCM. Here we will write all the factors 18 and we will write all the factors with the maximum power. So 3 is a factor, maximum power is equal to 2. 2 is a factor, maximum power is equal to 2. So 3 3s are 9, 2 2s are 4. So after 36 minutes they will again meet when they will start. This is the end of this topic, and thank you so much for watching.